Now this is something that I've been meaning to take a look at for a while. This is the Zotac ZBOX or ZBOX, whichever you prefer. Personally, I'm not fussy. And this has been quite popular for a while because it is a Barebones all-in-one Nettop. So there aren't many other companies on the market these days that are making a Nettop that is actually completely customizable and doesn't come with the things that most people would want to change. Let's say, for example, memory, hard drive, and OS. So that's pretty much the only things they haven't included, and that gives you a lot of flexibility. Like if you want to build sort of an ultimate performance Nettop, then you could throw in a bunch of RAM, throw in an SSD drive, and then throw, you know, Windows 7 on there, and all of a sudden you've got a great little config. If you decide you don't want that, you can throw in like the cheapest possible 2.5-inch drive, the least possible amount of RAM, and that's an optimal grandma PC. You know, install an old copy of XP that you have lying around, and great, boom, there you go. It's like the cheapest possible thing that way. So it gives you a lot of flexibility. This particular one is part of their newest generation of products. So this is the HD-ID40-U. Yeah, their model names aren't really all that remembering exactly what they are friendly, but here, let's go through exactly what is included here. So it's the Atom D525, so it's a dual-core 1.8 gigahertz Intel Atom processor. It has the next generation, which is, well, I guess the second generation NVIDIA Ion chipset with 512 megs of DDR3 graphics memory. Has 2 DDR2 expansion slots, one 2.5-inch hard drive slot. That is SATA 3 gigabit per second, gigabit LAN, wireless N card reader. It also has eSATA. I don't see that. Oh yeah, there's the eSATA. So there's all of the included I/O, HDMI as well as DVI. You can get VGA with a dongle, and then you've got 8-channel digital audio included. It is extremely silent. I have personally validated this. Cameraman's grandpa actually built a PC around the ZBOX. I guess that was a couple months ago, and he was just super impressed with how fast it was for what he needed, which is basically just like, you know, browsing the internet, watching a couple videos, you know, just sort of no big deal stuff, but also with how quiet it was. It makes almost no noise, and this is even in comparison to other Nettops on the market. It's fully 1080p capable, which is here, okay, and it will play 1080p video. When I built one around this, I built it for him, so I did test that as well. It includes a VESA mount, and everything else here I think we've covered already. There's a little explanation of that, which I'll leave there while we go through the packaging itself. So the first thing we find in the package is a power cable. So you're going to notice that this looks an awful lot like a notebook power adapter. You got your power brick, you got your little DC plug, and then you've got an AC cord that goes into it. The reason is that the inside of the ZBOX is an awful lot like a netbook. The only difference is that it doesn't have a screen. I guess there's probably some other differences, but I'm not going to get too far into that. So in Canada, here we go, the 1-year warranty on the ZBOX. We have a driver installation CD. So here, I'm going to refine my throw away the CD suggestion to download the LAN drivers off the CD and then throw it away, and then download the rest of the newest ones off of the Zotac or the OEM website, because remember, for things like audio chipsets, you can download them directly from the OEM that makes the chip. Here's a user's manual. Here's a quick start guide, which presumably includes things like where to plug stuff into. You know what? It looks like it doesn't include anything about upgrading the RAM and hard drive, so that's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's in the manual. I mean, is the assumption that if you've gotten this far, you probably know how to do that already, or what? Here we go. Yeah, so it does include instructions for customizing the ZBOX. Okay, what do we find in the other side? In the other side, we find a DVI to VGA adapter, some mounting screws, which I guess we'll need for something, as well as a little stand if you want to have it sit on your desk like that. Zotac, it's time to play. Yeah, you won't be playing too much on this particular one unless it's like videos and stuff. Not really a gaming machine, Intel Atom. Okay, so here we go. It comes pre-attached to its little VESA mount. VESA, I don't know. Okay, so you just press that little switch, take that off, no problem. Oh, look, it even includes like ventilation built in. Okay, so we'll have a look. Wow, it's really light actually without a without a drive in it. Makes an enormous difference. You'd be surprised. Okay, so on the front we have eSATA 1, 2, 3, 4 USB 2.0. That's a gigabit LAN, DVI, HDMI. That is optical digital audio out, as well as our power input. Up on the top we have ventilation, so you can clearly see the heatsink here. That is cooling the CPU as well as the NVIDIA Ion chipset. That's where your exhaust is going to go. So we've got another USB port here. Right, conveniently located. Oh, there's rubber feet here, so you can actually put it down this way. So that's the way you'd use it as a desktop. So there's the front. This is the way you'd use it if you put it on the stand, and then if you obviously attach the VESA mount, then you put it on the back of a monitor. On the front, you can see we've got a power switch as well as a couple activity LEDs for wireless, as well as presumably the hard drive. We have another USB port, so it's a total of 6, and an SD card reader. We have a microphone port as well as a headphone port. That's all you're going to get for analog audio. So unless you want to run digital, you're only going to get 2.0, or I guess you could run 2.1 if you had a built-in subwoofer. So you're only going to get 2 channels out. I guess that's pretty much everything there is to say about it. So basically you need RAM, drive, and OS, and you are ready to go. So here's how it works on the back of an LCD. I promised you guys I'd show that. Oh, it looks like you can also wall mount it. That's kind of neat. Okay, so thank you for checking out my unboxing of the ZBOX. And don't forget to subscribe to Linus Tech Tips and leave a comment criticizing how I'm saying this letter wrong, because everyone seems to do that.